What's up, faithful? It is your boy, Niner Sickness. Welcome to the channel, everyone. Welcome to the channel on a Saturday night. Let's see who tunes in. Welcome. Let's have some fun tonight. We're going to talk a little bit of Justin Herbert. We're going to talk about Tua. Which of those two quarterbacks are we getting? We will find out after the intro. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. How's everybody doing? Let's talk a little 49er football. What's up? Cardcast is in the house. Ooh, that is way too small. Hold on, guys. That is way too small. Hold on. Give me a second. Let me make this a little bit bigger. All right. How's everybody doing? Hope everyone is having a good time. Give me a second. Let me put this right there. I hope everybody's having a good time. Let's talk a little 49er football. Cardcast, I am doing great. How are you doing, my friend? I hope you're doing well. We got Dustin. What's up, Dustin? How you doing, brother? Welcome to the show, bro. We got Josh, the young hitter, in the house. What's up, Josh? Welcome. We got Damien in the house. What's up, Damien? We got Eric Ramirez in the house. What's up, Eric? We got Ryan from No Border Sports, the best talk show host in the galaxy of YouTube. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the channel, man. We're going to talk a little bit of football. But before we get started, you know what to do. Please wipe your feet before entering and smash that like button for your boy, Niner Sickness. Appreciate it. Thank you there, Josh. Thank you for smashing it. And if you haven't done so already, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you are new to the channel. Welcome. Bienvenido al canal de los 49ers. So, Scotty is in the house. How you doing, Scotty? Welcome to the channel, brother. Welcome. So, are we going to have a Justin Herbert or a Tua? Who are we getting, ladies and gentlemen? Who are we getting? That is the $1 million question. Which of those two quarterbacks are we getting? Give me a second. All right. Oh, man. So the question is, we drafted Trey Lance, right? For those that are kind of confused, like, hey, Niner Sickness, did you realize that Justin Herbert belongs to the Chargers and Tua is the quarterback of the Dolphins? Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. My question was to you guys is, in Trey Lance, are we getting a Justin Herbert or are we getting a Tua? As you know, from both of those quarterbacks, Justin Herbert is the better quarterback so far than Tua. Tua has struggled more. Justin has played better. Now, I am not comparing Trey Lance to Justin or Tua, but I'm referring to the quality of play from Justin to the Chargers and the quality of play from Tua to the Dolphins. Now, I can say this. I think the Dolphins regret taking Tua. Now, we all know that the draft is a crapshoot, right? You don't know what you're drafting. We took Alex Smith in 2005 instead of Aaron Rodgers, and the rest is history. Maybe I should have titled my broadcast today, "Are we taking Alex or Rodgers this time?" Probably would have been better, but we'll roll with it. Who are we getting, peeps? Are we getting a Justin Herbert or are we getting a Tua? My boy Ryan says we're getting Trey. He is better. I hope so. I really hope he is better than both of those quarterbacks. We won't know until after the end of the season. I'm excited. I'm fired up to see what Trey Lance provides for us. But I don't know what I'm getting. We don't know what we're getting. Are we getting a Tua? Or are we getting a Justin Herbert? Now, we all hope that we're getting a Justin Herbert rather than a Tua, but Trey Lance can easily turn into a Tua. Now, it's kind of hard really to see that happening, especially with the team that is surrounding him, the roster that we have, George Kittle, Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel, the running game that we're going to have, the defense. Kyle Shanahan's play calling should make this transition a bit easier for Trey. But the million-dollar question is, who are we getting? Are we getting Justin Herbert? Or are we getting Tua? I don't know. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Those are the little bit of topics we're going to talk. A lot of you are saying Herbert, which it doesn't surprise me. Scotty also agrees with Ryan. He will be better than both. And now I am not disagreeing with you, Scotty. I hope he will be better than both of them, but I don't know. Now, Trey Lance has the ability to be great. He has the smart to understand the offense scheme, to make the proper adjustments on the fly, to make the correct reads on defense, to process the information, what's happening on the field quickly. He is smart enough to do that. But can he do it? That's the question. He is smart enough to do it. But can he do it? I just want to say welcome to David McNew is in the house. Welcome, David. Welcome to the channel, brother. Good to see you, my friend. Dina Harvey is in the house. What's up, girl? Welcome, Dina Harvey, all the way from Philadelphia. Welcome. Representing the red and gold, all the way from Philly. Love it. Eric says, I agree with you, brother. Thank you. Now, our desires and our fandom of the Niners, wanting the Niners to be successful, we're going to say that Trey Lance will be either better than both of these quarterbacks, or he'll be a Justin Herbert and not a Tua. But we're not certain. We're not. I'm keeping it 100. I think under Kyle Shanahan, I think with the roster that we have, especially if we sign Debo, the offensive line is a little questionable. There's a few changes at the center, at the left guard, right tackle. But I think Kyle Shanahan's system will allow the offensive line to do what they need to do and help out Trey. Personally, I think Trey will do great under Kyle Shanahan. But like the saying says, proof is in the pudding. Proof is in the pudding. We're going to find out, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be entering into training camp July 27. We're going to start hearing rumors, speculations about whether Trey has an arm fatigue or not. Is Trey throwing good? If he's struggling, we're going to have all that information going forward starting the 27th of July. Are you guys excited? Are you guys fired up? Let me know if you guys are. I'm excited. I'm fired up for training camp. I want to see the battles at running back, at the receiving. I want to see the offensive line gel. I want to see Trey and be impressive against our number one defense. I'm looking forward for this. I'm excited. Are you excited? I am. Do you believe in Trey? If you believe in Trey, type in the comments, hell yeah. If you believe in Trey, type in the comments, hell yeah. Let me hear it, guys. Hell yeah, if you believe that Trey is going to come into training camp and start wowing everyone. That the reports that we're going to be getting out of training camp are going to be positive when it comes to Trey. Put in the comments, guys, hell yeah. Let me see it coming, and I will bring it up and slap it on the screen for you guys. Deborah, Deborah, how you doing, Deborah? Welcome to the channel. Good to see you, my friend. Welcome, welcome. I'm from here in big Trey fan. Okay. North Dakota, huh? I like it. Javier Rios is in the house. How you doing, Javier? Welcome to the channel, brother. Welcome. I love Trey. I don't know. Give Trey a chance. And that's what we're going to do, Dina. That's what we have to do. We're going to have to give Trey the benefit of the doubt until he proves us otherwise, right? That's why when people say that Trey can't be good, he's going to be a bust, how do you know? You don't know either way. You don't know if he's going to be a bust. You don't know if he's going to be successful. Like Dina said, don't know. Give Trey a chance. All right, here we go. Here we go. Josh in the house says, hell yeah, I can't wait. Scotty says, hell yeah. Eric says, hell yeah, all capitals. I love it. He's yelling it out. Dina, hell to the yeah. I love it. David says, hell yeah. That's the attitude, man. That is the attitude I like to hear. That is the attitude. David Corey is in the house. How you doing, my friend David? Corey Davis, not David. Oh my goodness. Let me have a little bit of water, lemon water. Because I am tripping. Corey says, hello, Niners Sickness and David McNew and CarCast, and hope you are having a wonderful weekend. I am doing great. Corey says, hell yeah. CarCast says, hell yeah. So I'm excited, guys. I really am. I'm excited about Trey. I think we are getting in the level of Justin Herbert. Now, I'm not saying that Tua is going to be a bad quarterback. We're going to find out this year what Tua is made of. We're going to find out what he's made of. He has the weapons. He has the head coach. He has the defense. We're going to find out what Tua is going to do. But so far, Justin Herbert has played better football than Tua. And I'm hoping that Trey Lance becomes the Justin Herbert in the sense of being good rather than bad. Now, I'm not comparing him to Justin. I just want him to be great coming out of the gate. I know we're going to have our bumps and bruises. I know we're going to have our ups and downs with Trey, but I think how hard is it to replace Jimmy Garoppolo? Let's keep it a buck 100. How hard is it to replace Jimmy? What did Jimmy Garoppolo do so spectacular that we can say, oh my goodness, I wonder if Trey can do this. I wonder if Trey can do that. The only thing that Jimmy possessed, in my opinion, is a quick release. But Trey doesn't have that quick release, but he's going to be able to extend plays with his legs. He'll be able to allow defenders to separate from our receivers and allow our receivers to pull a move on the defender and get open. If the receivers are not initially open right out of the gate, instead of taking a sack, Trey will be able to extend the play a bit, allow our receivers, which is Deebo Samuel, either Brandon Ayuk, Jawan Jennings, Ray McLeod, Danny Gray, whoever it is, to become open. And that play, there should have been a loss of 3 or 4 yards, or should have been a sack, can be turned into a 5 or 7 yard gain. How many times did we see the 49ers have Russell Wilson in the grasp of their hands? He turned right, juked left, and got away and was able to complete a 30, 40-yard completion to lock it. Those are the things that I believe Trey Lance will bring to the table. If the initial play call breaks down because of great coverage on the corners that we're playing against, and the pass rusher comes in, Trey will be able to get out of that situation, hopefully, and allow Deebo or Brandon just enough to separate. Now, the accuracy is going to come into play. Can Trey deliver the ball where it needs to go? Is he going to have it fly over their head? Is he going to make it difficult for the receivers to catch the ball where they can possibly get hurt? Or will he deliver the ball exactly where it needs to go? And those are the things that we're going to find out in preseason and especially during the season. And that's what I'm excited I'm fired up, man. I don't know if you guys can hear it in my voice or not, but I am fired up. Let's go. Is it training camp tomorrow? God, it seems like the 27 taking forever. Let's go. Let's go. Come on now. Let's go. Ooh, come on, guys. Let's go. Let's do this. Let's do it. Let's do it. That's what I'm talking about. I'm fired up. I'm excited. I hope everyone wiped those feet. Wipe those smelly feet for our man Niner sickness. Thank you, Dina. Appreciate the love, girl. Appreciate the love. I love that. Thank you for that. Thank you. Thank you. Dina's my girl, man. Thank you, Dina. I appreciate it. She's one of my moderators in here. Thank you. Look who it is. Oh, my God. Ladies and gentlemen, Dick Tracy is in the house. Mr. Negative. Dick Tracy. Dick Tracy is in the house. What's up, Dick Tracy? Bring it, brother. Bring it. Let's go. You know you love Trey Lance, and you're an undercover Trey Lance man. Come on, let's go. Welcome to the channel, brother. Much love and respect for you, bro. Eric says, nothing spectacular, just his release. But Trey's speed is going to help him out. I cannot argue that with you, my brother. Thank you for wiping your feet, Corey. Scotty says he agreed. Appreciate that love, brother. Let's go, Niner, Josh says. Needs to come faster. I know, man. So eager to get the bust era started. Boo. I gotta get a couple more sound effects in here, especially for you, my friend. Especially just for you, Mr. Dick Tracy. Dick Tracy, ¿qué pasó? My brother from another mother. Look who it is, my friend. Niner Gang Podcast. Welcome, sir. Welcome to the Niner Sickness Podcast. Make sure to wipe your feet before entering. Do me that favor and wipe your feet before entering and smash that like button for your boy, Niner Sickness. So, we're talking Trey. I'm fired up. Or real quick. If you're not already part of my boy Niner Gang Podcast, check him out. He's a YouTuber like myself. He loves talking to the 49ers. I was able to collab with him the other day on the Forever Faithful podcast. Check them out as well. But go and check out Niner Gang Podcast. And if you're not subscribed, why not? You better subscribe. Subscribe to his channel. Let's go. Welcome, brother. Says, Beto, what's up, family? How you doing, sir? Welcome, bro. Damian Lee says, the better the team, the more haters come. Rudy was on Conan. I always say Conan the Barbarian. Today, and yuck, Tracy was, oh yeah, that's, oh my goodness. And I'm referring not about Dick Tracy. I'm referring about Rudy going in and giving Conan a hard time. That's funny stuff, man. Grant Cohn. Let's see here. Let's see. Let's put a little bit of, let's get some Kiddo in here. Let's get some of Kiddo. All right. Put a kiddo right there. Enjoy kiddo. So, everyone, you're welcome there, Senor Niner Gang Podcast. Dion, my boy Dion from Niner Gang Podcast. Gotta check him out, man. Gotta check him out. How do you all think we're going to do week 3? I thought once Russell Wilson left the Seahawks, he wouldn't have to deal with his ass. We wouldn't have to deal with his ass anymore. It's one game, Deborah. One game rather than 2. And he's playing on a better team. But it's going to be his 3rd game on a new team. He's going to have his flaws. I'm not saying it's going to be easy to beat the Broncos, but he's on a completely new offense. He's learning the offense. He's a vet. He's smart, but he's learning the offense, and it's going to be his 3rd game. I'd rather play Denver early than late. You don't want Russell to start cooking, and he starts to cook towards the end of the season. Beto, put a Warner. That's right. You like Warner, huh? All right. Give me a few minutes, and I will put Warner for you. No problem. Let's see here. We'll put Warner a little bit for you. Oh my goodness, what a day, what a day, what a day. Dina says, I am psyched to see what special teams will. Let's talk a little bit about it, Dina. Thank you for bringing it up. I love it. Let's talk a little bit about special teams. All last year, the Niners struggled on any of the punts or the kickoffs. What I mean by struggle is this. They never were able to put Jimmy and the offense with good field position. Field position is half the battle to winning a game. The Niners always started on their own 10-yard line, 5-yard line, 15-yard line when the opposing offenses started on their own 35, 30, 35, 40-yard line. And I think with Ray McLeod as what we like to call a punt specialist, hopefully he will give us that electrifying field position that we had once before, long time ago, with one Ted Ginn Jr. How many of you guys remember Ted Ginn Jr.? I haven't seen no fun, no electrician, no electrifying punt returns since Ted Ginn Jr. Hopefully this year, the Niners made a great adjustment to the special teams. They knew that was an area that needed improvement, and they brought in 3 guys that were all Pro Bowls for their prospective teams. Ray McLeod, George Odom, and Burke, the linebacker from the Green Bay Packers. 3 additions to that special teams unit that we did not have and desperately needed last year. So with that addition of players on special teams, giving the 49ers great field position will allow Trey Lance and that offensive line to start from a good place. And what I want to see is I want to start from our own 35, 40-yard line, and I want to be able to pin with great gunners. If we can get 2 great gunners, we can pin the opposing team on their 5 or 10-yard lines. for a change. So thank you for bringing it up, Dina. Appreciate it. My boy Dion says, big investment on special teams this year. Should be way better. They should. If everything works out the way it should, adding these 3 key positions, adding some gunners, and adding a returner should make a difference within our team. And the team often, they feed off special teams. Let me tell you, defense feeds off the offense feeds off the special teams. It's just the way it goes. I think McLeod will have at least 3 TD, whether by punt or kick return. That would be exciting, Dion. That would be exciting, bro. That would be fun. That would be electrifying. Man, what I want to hear every time that happens, I want to hear... That's what I want to hear, baby. Every time that Mr. Ray Ray puts the ball in the end zone. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, baby. That's what I want to hear, bro. I want to hear touchdown. I want to hear the horn. That's what I want to hear, some horns going off. I do. Ted was awesome. Yes, he was. Deborah says, week 1 will play the Panthers. What? Week 1 will play the Panthers. What quarterback do you think we're going to go up against? Baker Mayfield or Sam Darnold? Neither. I think you got the schedules mixed up. We're playing the Bears week 1, not the Panthers. The Niners will be facing the Chicago Bears week 1, and that will be against Justin Fields. You can hear it now. Trey Lance versus Justin Fields. Who will prevail? Who will lead their team to a W week 1? Let's go. Niner Sickness, do you think Samson Ikebar is going to have a great season? I do. I know a lot of people are not high on him. I know he's been in the league for 4 years or 5 years now. And I know he didn't do that much with the Rams. But when you have Aaron Donald, when you have other players like that there, plus they did not utilize him, in my opinion, correctly in LA. I think under Chris Kacerek, as we know, he makes average players into great players and great players into Pro Bowlers. I think Samson, he started slow. He wasn't making that much of a difference, but man, towards the second half of the year, I forgot, somebody put it about, because I know a lot of people reference defenders based on how many sacks, right? I like sacks too. But I am one more that likes pressures. I like my defender to put pressure on the quarterback. If they get a sack, that is great. But I want pressure. And I forgot what it was, but he wasn't that far behind Nick Bosa for the second half of the year. He was like 2 sacks behind Bosa and about 4 pressures behind Bosa by the end of the year, including the playoffs. I think with the whole offseason, again, I think Samson's going to take off, and I think he's going to explode. And not only Samson, Corey, but I think that Charlie Omenihu is also going to have a great year. I expect Charlie Omenihu to have a breakout year. These guys have been working out, putting in the work. Listen, the talent is there. There's no arguing the talent in these guys. But do they put the work in? And Samson and Charlie are both putting in the work. So I expect great results from these two guys, man. And it's good. This defensive line is going to be sick. I'm telling you, this defensive line will be sick. All right, so let me go ahead and put a little bit of Warner for my boy Cardcast. There you go, sir. Give you a little bit of Warner there, my friend. Don't think I forgot about you. I did not forget about you. Welcome, Tanisha. Tanisha's in the house. Welcome, Tanisha. How are you doing, girl? Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome to the channel. My boy Brandon is in the house. My boy Brandon from Forever 49er. Oh, did I screw it up? I sure did, huh? Come on, Beto. I'm showing my age here. Forever Faithful. I think that's what it is. Brandon, correct me if I'm wrong, and if I'm wrong, I apologize. But I believe his channel is called Forever Faithful Podcast. Hopefully I got it right. I don't want Brandon knocking on my door and beating me up, man. Welcome to the channel, brother. Question for you. Do you think Eric Armstead will come from inside or on the outside? He was a beast coming in from the outside. Actually, if you don't mind me correcting you a little bit, Dina, Eric Armstead was okay on the outside. He wasn't bad. He was serviceable on the outside. But once they moved him in the inside, and it started with that Bears game. It started last year when we played the Bears in Chicago. They went ahead and moved Eric into the inside. And I forgot what the stats are, but I looked at it and oh my God. The production that we got from Eric Armstead once we moved him into the inside was incredible based on what we were getting from him on the outside. So I hope and I think that the Niners and Chris Kasarik and D'Amico Ryans, I believe they're going to keep Eric, and they should keep Eric Armstead in the inside next to Javon Kinlaw and allow Samson, allow Charlie, allow D'Amico, Teray, those guys to freely be on the outside, on the opposite side of Bosa. In my opinion, Eric Armstead is more effective in the inside than the outside. What's up, my brother? Master Seth 40. Welcome, brother. Welcome to the channel. Welcome. So, you're welcome, Dina. You are welcome. That's what I'm here for, to try to give you the best answers that I can to you and everyone. So, let's get on to our next topic. Who will be the backup to Elijah Mitchell? Will it be Jeff Wilson Jr., Tyron Davis Price, TDP, Trey Sermon, Jermichael Hasty, or Jordan Mason? It's going to be interesting to see what we have in our running game. Who will be the backup to Elijah Mitchell? Will it be Old Faithful Jeff Wilson, the newcomer TDP, Trey Sermon? Will he step up, Jermichael Hasty, or Jordan Mason? Josh says, Jeff Wilson, the Old Faithful. Let me see come on, guys. Let me hear it. We only got Josh responding. There's quite a few in here. Let me know in the comments. Give me a second real quick, guys. Make Make sure this is working. All right. So, who is going to back up Elijah Mitchell? And I say Elijah Mitchell because the way this kid exploded onto the scene is incredible. What Elijah Mitchell was able to do year one was just incredible. Unfortunately, Raheem Mostert got hurt. Trey Sermon was drafted. We took him in the third round last year, but we didn't take him from our spot. We traded into the third round with the Rams out of all teams. We traded into the third round with the Rams, and we got Trey Sermon. And Trey Sermon was supposed to be the back for the 49ers. Now, against Seattle, he almost had 100 yards. He looked pretty good. Unfortunately, the next game he got hurt, and he kind of faded away from the scene. But this kid, from the 6th round, out of Louisiana, by the name of Elijah Mitchell. I didn't know who he was. I heard of him, but I didn't really follow this kid. He comes onto the scene and doesn't look back. Now, he got hurt a few times, and that's a concern, but I think he got a taste of pro football. I think he's going to work his body. He's going to train, eat healthier, and he's going to learn how to take hits better. Thus, that comes with experience. Now, he had a little bit over 900 yards, but he only played in 10 games, I believe. Out of 17 games, he only played 10 or 11. And I believe that if he would have played all 17 games, I think he would have had at least 1,400 1,450 yards season. Easily. Elijah Mitchell is a bad dude, man. He is a bad dude. I like Elijah Mitchell a lot. Young Hitter says either Hasty or Sermon. I don't know if, to be honest with you, I don't even know if Hasty's going to make the roster, in my opinion. I think Hasty's going to be from the outside looking in. I mean, I like what Hasty does, but I'm starting to fall in love with Jordan Mason, the undrafted free agent. Now, before we say, well, he's undrafted, this, but listen, this kid played, I love him in college, Georgia Tech. I loved him, how he plays. I love his style. He's big. He's as big as Jeff Wilson Jr., TDP, Trey Sermon, but he's faster. He is faster than those guys. That boy has speed. I don't want Jordan Mason to have a great preseason. Then we cut him so that we can put him on the practice squad. And here comes the hateful Seattle Sea Chickens. Because you know, Seattle loves to take players that we cut. And if we cut Jordan Mason, hoping that we can bring him back on the practice squad, we are taking the chance of the Seattle Seahawks taking him. Remember they did that with DJ? our corner, our promising corner. I hate Seattle. I really do. They always seem to come in and take over our leftovers. So, Jeff Wilson Jr. is the most experienced out of the running backs. He's the veteran. You know they're not going to cut Trey Sermon. They're not going to cut TDP. They're both third-round backs. And before people say, well, yeah, but Trey Sermon didn't play at all last year and he had a hard time. Help me out here. The receiver, what was his name? Not Jawan Jennings. I forgot his name, but the receiver that we had that never played for us for 3 years. We took him in the third round. He always got hurt and never saw the field for us. Because he was a third round, the Niners held on to him forever. Jalen Hurd. Thank you, Ryan. Jalen Hurd. The guy kept getting hurt and they didn't cut him. Why? Because they invested a third round pick in him. Trey Sermon isn't going anywhere. So, you know they're going to, Elijah Mitchell's a sixth round, but the way he played, Elijah Mitchell's not going nowhere. So Elijah Mitchell, TDP, and Trey Sermon, in my opinion, are the three lock running backs. Now, we normally go with 5 running backs, right? 4 running backs and 1 fullback, which is juice. So we have Elijah Mitchell, TDP, and Trey Sermon. And then we have juice. That's 4. Who will be the number 5 running back? Will it be Hasty? Will it be Mason? Or is it going to be Wilson? And that's where the Niners are going to have to make their decision based on what they see in training camp and what they see in preseason. That's going to be a tough call, personally. Hold on, guys. Sorry, guys. It's starting to get a little hot in here. Turn my fan up a little bit. So that's going to be a little bit of a crazy decision. But I can't wait. Look who it is. My brother. Brian. What's up, Brian? Welcome to the channel. He says, I believe Sermon will step up this season after a healthy offseason and training with top backs. I saw that. He was training, I believe, with Singletary from the Buffalo Bills and Dalvin Cook from the Minnesota Vikings. I saw that video, Brian, and he looked pretty good. I think Trey Sermon is going to surprise a lot of people. I think Trey Sermon is going to be good. I think he's going to be explosive. I really believe we're going to find out why the Niners drafted him. Now, all I've been hearing is this. The Niners must not really like Trey Sermon because why would they go ahead and draft another running back in the third round? Why did they take TDP when they have Trey Sermon? They must not like Trey Sermon. Cut it out. Running backs get hurt. You've seen the Niners, not necessarily last year, but the year before, bring guys from the streets to run for us. They want to use Debo in gadget plays, but they don't want Debo to be a primary back. So they brought in another back of the quality of Tyron Davis Price. I don't believe for a minute that the reason why we got TDP is because they don't have no faith in Trey Sermon. I don't believe that. I believe that they want to beef up the run game. They want to make sure that Debo doesn't become a primary running back like he did last year because of injury. They want to make sure they have enough running backs so if unforbid somebody gets hurt, they can bring in another running back behind him and not utilize Debo that way. And I believe that's the reason why they brought in another running back. So let's move on. Question. Will Debo Samuel be signed before training camp? Will Debo Samuel be signed before training camp? I hope so. I really hope he gets signed. Let's see here. Let me get back to the comments. Who's playing quarterback for the Sea Turds? It's either going to be I know it's the kid they brought over from the Broncos in the trade for Russell Wilson. And then they have, I believe, Geno Smith is the other quarterback there. Drew Luck. It's going to be between Drew Luck and Geno Smith. Deborah. There's my guy, Debo, on your screen. I for sure hope he stays with the... Well, he'll definitely play this year. There's no way he's sitting out. There's just no way he'll sit out this year. But I'd rather him sign his extension and be happy. We can play the Bob Marley. Don't worry. Be happy. Bubblegum Pete. Oh, I know, huh? That's all you see is Pete Carroll on the sideline. Oh my goodness. That's all he does. Good point there, Tanisha. I hope so. If not, oh well. So, I think that Debo will get signed prior to training camp. If not, probably within the first week into training camp, Debo will get signed. And the most beautiful thing is you haven't heard anything from Debo anymore, right? You haven't heard, whether he's happy or not happy, you haven't heard anything from Debo. The time is getting to the point where we're going to find out if Debo is truly unhappy or happy. And whether he'll be signing and extending or just playing out his last year with the 49ers. We'll have to wait and see. So going into our last question before we close. If Jimmy Garoppolo is not traded by the start of training camp, will he be allowed to go into, oh my goodness, I got to learn how to spell. I did the voice to text and I didn't check it. Anyway, let me just read it out loud myself. If Jimmy G is not traded by the start of training camp, will he be allowed to practice? For the fact is that right now he hasn't cleared medical, and if he hasn't cleared and we cut him, it's going to cost us $7 million. Once he clears, he can be cut. But if they bring him into camp and he practice under the new CBA, if he gets hurt in practice, we're going to lose money. So if Jimmy hasn't or isn't traded by training camp, do you think the Niners will allow him to A, show up, or B, practice? If he does show up, will they allow him to hit the field? I don't think they will. But that whole trade value, unfortunately, is getting dimmer and dimmer and dimmer, and I just don't see him being traded. I just don't see him being traded at all. I think he'll be cut, and someone like Seattle or the Texans or any other team out there that would be willing to pick him up, because what people don't realize is that if Jimmy gets cut and a team picks him up, they're not obligated to pay him the $26 million that he's owed. That only comes if he gets traded, because he's still under contract. But if Jimmy gets cut, and let's say the Seattle Seahawks pick him up, they're not entitled to pay him the 26. They can work something, even the league minimum, the veteran minimum, and it'll be up to Jimmy whether he wants to sign or not. But and I think the teams are just, I think that teams know. I mean, GMs are not stupid, unless you're the Browns GM. They're an exception. But I think GMs understand that the situation that Jimmy and the Niners are in. And I think that they know that the Niners are hard pressed and they have their backs are against the wall and they have no way out. They're not going to let Jimmy practice. They're not going to, keep Jimmy for the whole year. And I just don't know if the pride of A, Kyle Shanahan, or B, John Lynch are too prideful to cut him. Do you think that if they don't find a trade partner, they'll stick to their guns and they won't cut him? And hopefully before the trade deadline occurs during the middle of the season, that if a team loses their starting quarterback and they're winning games, that they will become now desperate to trade for Jimmy Garoppolo? Or do you think the Niners will be like, you know what? We're moving on. We got the new kid. We don't want to distract him. We don't want to drop his confidence. We want him to know that we have his back. So no matter what, whether we can trade Jimmy or not, he won't be on this team. We're going to cut him. He is gone. And this team will be Trey Lance's. Sink or swim. But we're going with you, Trey. What message are they going to send Trey? Will they stick to their guns and be prideful and not cut Jimmy if there's no trade value? Or will they just go ahead and cut him and just move on? Me neither. He's been quiet. Ryan says, I don't think Jimmy will be asked to show up to camp. He has no value with his contract in this client. Yep. I agree. No, I don't think Jimmy G will be asked or told to be there. I'm just assuming that they want to show Trey Lance that this is your team. I really believe they want to show Trey Lance this is your team and we believe in you and we're either going to swim with you or we're going to sink. But we're going to allow you to develop. We're going to allow you to learn. And we're going to give you the confidence that you need to know that we believe in you to the point that we get rid of Jimmy. Because if they cut Jimmy, that is, I know Trey will never publicly show this or admit this. But I know privately that will be a booster towards the confidence of this young man, Trey Lance. If they cut Jimmy, that tells Trey this organization not only traded for me, but truly believes in me now. Because Trey knows they believe in him in general, but do they believe in him now? And by cutting Jimmy, they will exercise that. So, I don't expect Jimmy to be in camp on July 27 or when they actually come in July 26 to do all the medical and all the things they got to do. I don't think Jimmy will be there. I think he'll clear medical somewhere else. Somebody asked me, but he has to clear medical, so wouldn't he be there and clear medical and then leave? I just think it'll be really awkward for all the players to see Jimmy and then see Jimmy leave. I think they'll have a couple of Niners trainers or doctors, however they do it, go to Jimmy, meet Jimmy somewhere, and clear him there, and then tell him to stay away. The best thing is to trade him. That'll be the best outcome for Jimmy and for the Niners. Now, unlike a lot of people, I don't hate Jimmy. I'm not a Jimmy hater. I'm ready to move on. I'm ready to move on from Jimmy. Jimmy's time has come and gone. We got the new kid, Trey Lance. It's time to let Trey Lance spread his wings and fly. But I do acknowledge that Jimmy G was brought in here to be the franchise quarterback of this team. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to do it. Now, he was successful because of Kyle Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan made Matt Schaub a Pro Bowler. Matt Schaub, not a good quarterback. And he turned him into a Pro Bowler one year. Jimmy G, with no disrespect to him, is a very average quarterback. Now, a lot of people say, but yeah, you win games with Jimmy, you lose games without him. The fact that Nick Mullins is garbage. The fact that Beathard was garbage. Of course, you're going to win games with Jimmy. Jimmy is not garbage. He's not elite. Jimmy is not elite, but he's not garbage. He's very serviceable. So yes, you can win games with Jimmy. But I asked this question. How many games did we win because of Jimmy? Not with Jimmy, but because of Jimmy. And you might be able to name one, and you might be able to name even two games. But of all the games that he played under center for the San Francisco 49ers, I guarantee you cannot name more than 2 teams and say that the Niners won specifically because of Jimmy. Jimmy turns the ball over at very crucial times. Jimmy makes mental mistakes a lot. I mean, the mistakes that Jimmy made, you expect a rookie to make, not a veteran like Jimmy. I have nothing against Jimmy personally. As a person, I don't know him. But what I've heard and seen, he seems to be a great guy. People love him. But I think he'll be a very good backup. I think Jimmy is limited to being a backup, a great backup. Teams would love to have Jimmy as a backup. Probably be the best backup in the league. But not necessarily as a starter. The Niners moved up from 12 to number 3 2 years ago because not only did they felt that Jimmy would get hurt a lot, but they felt that they reached as far as they can go with Jimmy. And people might argue, well, with Jimmy, we made it to 2 NFC championship games and we made it to 1 Super Bowl. And to that I say this, that is true with Jimmy, not because of Jimmy. 2019 against the Minnesota Vikings, their linebacker dropped, I believe, 1 or 2 picks that he should have had, Kendricks. And Kendricks, I believe he had 1 interception. He should have had at least 3. And you saw after that 1 interception, you saw Kyle starting to dial up the run game. He just wasn't confident in Jimmy. And then the Packers game, I mean, this is the NFC championship game. And Jimmy only throws 8 times. 8 times, and the Niners run. Now, people have told me, well, with the running game as good as it was, you don't need Jimmy to throw. Bull crap. They ran the ball out of necessity, not because that's all they wanted to do. The Niners were just able to run the ball so well that even if they stacked the line with 8, they were able to get the ball because of Raheem Mostert and all the rest of the guys. But don't get it twisted. It wasn't because the run game was so good that they didn't ask Jimmy to do anything else. They did not believe that Jimmy can do it. And since they found success in the run game, we were able to win. And our defense. But fast forward 2 weeks later, in the Super Bowl, they were stopping our run a bit. I still think that Kyle should have ran the ball more, but neither here or there. They had no choice but to put the ball in Jimmy's hands. And he couldn't do it. A few balls got batted down. That overthrow to Ayuk, was it, or Debo? Oh, no. To Sanders. Emmanuel Sanders. Now, people may say, well, it wasn't Jimmy's fault that Patrick Mahomes threw that 40 or 50-yard bomb to Tyreek Hill. No, it wasn't Jimmy's fault. And the DeMeco Ryans, they started to play a little bit of prevent defense. I hate prevent defense. If you have your foot on the throat, and I'm sorry if I'm getting a little violent here, but if you have your foot on the throat, press on it. Don't ease up. Not with a quarterback like Patrick Mahomes. You don't give Patrick Mahomes an opportunity to see if he can get his team to come back. If you have him down, you got to keep him down. And the defense didn't do that. But Jimmy always got help from the defense. The defense always bailed out Jimmy, right? How many times did the defense bail out Jimmy? How many times did Jimmy get bailed out by the defense? A lot of times. In the Super Bowl, the 49ers defense, they needed Jimmy G to bail them out for once. And Jimmy could not do it. Jimmy couldn't pay it forward. How many times did the defense bail out Jimmy during the season? And when the defense made that mistake, they needed Jimmy to bail them out, and Jimmy couldn't do it. And the rest is history. The freaking Chiefs are the Super Bowl champs. Yeah, the game against the Saints, Jimmy played well. But I don't need one game, Corey. I don't need one game from Jimmy. I needed multiple games. One game is not good enough. I needed consistency from Jimmy. And I think that's where we're going to get from Trey Lance. Once Trey Lance figures this out and gets comfortable in this offense, we're going to be able to have that quarterback that we can win because of. How many games have the Packers won because of Rodgers? How many games have the Seahawks won because of Russell Wilson? How many games did the Bills win because of Josh? How many games did the Kansas City Chiefs win because of Patrick Mahomes? The quarterback needs to help out the defense when the defense is not playing well. Now, perfect example, and I'm going to be coming to a close. That game against New Orleans, the defense played poorly. And Garoppolo was able to help out the defense. But the defense doesn't need that in one game only. The defense needs to know, if we ever have a bad night or a bad game, we believe in our quarterback will be able to help us and get us out of this dilemma and put some points on the board. And I believe the defense did not have confidence in Jimmy. And hopefully with Trey, we will. What's up, my brother? How you doing? Welcome to the show, brother. Welcome to the channel. Tua winning comeback player of the year. I hope so. I have nothing against Tua. I really do. Great guy, great family man, great person for what I've been hearing. I have nothing against. I hope he does have a comeback year. I don't have nothing against the kid. All right, let me bring this to a close. We will not know how Trey will do until we see him in action. He has been sitting for 2 seasons. Let him play already. And that's what it's going to have to happen. You're right. 100% correct, Tanisha. Tony Smith in the house. How you doing, Tony? Welcome to the channel, brother. Welcome to the channel. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. All right, guys. Thank you, Josh. Appreciate the love, brother. Appreciate the love. Thank you. Thank you. All right, guys. You guys have been amazing. You guys have been wonderful. Thank you so much for hanging out with me on Saturday evening, Saturday night for many of you. Have a wonderful, blessed night. Take care of yourself. Be safe. And remember, always love one another and be as kind as you possibly can to one another and go faithful. Until next time, God bless you and good night. Peace.